Welcome to Super Chats. I'm Nick.
I'm Cameron.
I'm Carlos.
And this week we're going to talk about how Bae bought a cabbage.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about how Hololive bought a studio. We're going to talk about how V Shoujo acquired a new member.
Very exciting stuff this week. So, makes sense to start with the thing that is first. Cover has indeed acquired new studio space. Now I know what you're thinking. New studio space? I'm sure they purchased a small, humble abode. No, they have purchased one of the largest recording studios in Japan.
Yeah, they not only purchased it, they built it. As far as I know, it's a new construction that
Yes.
they paid for.
So,
Man, if it's new construction, that's crazy because, fun fact, there's not a lot of space in, Japanese cities for new building.
but there's a lot of room for VTubers.
As it turns out, it's digital Tokyo, so it's different,
Yeah, it's fine. It's not more land in the metaverse. It's real world land. And so it's huge. So let's go down and talk about the size a little bit. There are 6 studios inside of this studio space dedicated to motion capture. These are the stages wherein they produce the content funnies you enjoy, such as the Gargur 3D reveal stream, Marine doing a dance, and more.
Yeah.
This also features a fully equipped studio grade industry standard space for recording music, which definitely that's a good investment. I don't know if beforehand they didn't have official music studio space and were relying on third parties and, well-known studios to invest in. Buying and making your own studio says a lot about what they think they're going to be doing, because you need to make a lot of money before it's economic to just get your own space.
Yeah. And as we know, they're focused on being an idol company as well.
Yes.
So music is a huge part of that. They've done a lot of just VO and things like that too. So it makes sense to have a dedicated recording spot for audio in general.
Yeah, and considering the costs of renting studios, I don't know. It might actually pretty quickly make them back their money.
Yeah. If they didn't think there was a good ROI, they wouldn't be doing
Exactly. It depends on what all they have. Industry standard just means that they have enough stuff to record the things they need. I forget if it included how many instruments are recruited, if it was focused mostly on vocals, but either way, a lot of space for recording music. Let's talk more cold turkey numbers. This space costs 2.7 billion yen. That is 20 million United States dollars.
Yeah, and that's a pretty good chunk of change, frankly. It's not, the most I've ever heard somebody spend on a building. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but they're not launching the next Xbox.
Yeah, exactly. They're not, a sports stadium.
Finally, the Hololive game console.
They definitely splashed out on this, and it's good because if you're not expanding, then you're setting yourself up for failure. It's basically how it comes down to.
I guess this also explains now why they went onto the stock exchange here recently too, and raising lots of money for that.
Yeah, that's a huge influx of cash right there in general.
Although,
anytime the company becomes public like that.
Yeah, although from what I heard, I don't understand the stock market that much, and certainly not the Japanese stock market, but from what I've heard, they didn't go 100% normal public. It's still kind of restricted on who can actually invest,
I can believe
which is a really good idea to me because stock markets tend to do very bad things to companies.
People get upset with the money they're spending with no return anticipated at the moment.
Yeah.
Imagine Ina's chat filling with, "You cost me money.
Yeah.
Where are my earnings?"
Stakeholders are notoriously difficult to please, and
We have a whole decade dedicated to how difficult they are to please.
yeah, a little depressing.
Greatly.
I think in general, though, it's good that they're getting more cash. It's good that they're splashing out on things that'll be useful to them as a company. It's great that they have a place that's dedicated where they can go to record audio now. I know that it's always been a thing that, the talents run into each other when they're in the studio anyways. So having a nicer studio where they can just collaborate freely. Their 3D capture setup is very huge. It's 200 cameras now.
And these are the cutting edge ones. These are beyond industry standard. This is my understanding is this is very high grade.
Yeah.
Like, not Sony motion capture yet, but they're not making AAA video games yet.
Yeah, they're Vicon Valkyrie VK26 cameras. Again, 200 of them. And there's some pictures online of the studio space for 3D capture that's dedicated to the 3D capture. It's huge. It's not quite a football field, but it's closer to that than a tennis court.
It
I'd
looks
say.
like
I don't know.
It looks like a gym from a dystopian movie where children kill each other.
Sure. Okay. No, it's probably closer to a tennis court than a football.
Yeah,
field, I
yeah,
guess. Yeah,
And,
it's probably closer to a tennis court, but it's still huge, especially if it's dedicated for motion capture. They're going to be able to do a lot more really cool things. Because think back to all of the 3D reveals. Like the one that comes to mind for me right now, for some reason, is Callie's, where she's running around on the stage and stuff like that.
Kronii will be able to do all of the backflips she wants.
Exactly. So between the upgrade to the motion capture tech, the upgrade to the size of the space, just in general, like there's going to be a ton of new opportunity for all of the Japan-based talent to really show off some cool stuff.
Yeah, total size was around 10 tennis courts. 6 studios leads me to believe
Jesus.
they're going to be doing like multiple things at once, because why else invest in that so heavily? I forget if
100%.
if those are 6 mocap studios or 6 studios, one of them being the green screen thing they had said they got.
So the way I understand it is they have one big dedicated mocap space now, right? I imagine 1 or 2 of the other smaller spaces will also be mocap, but then they'll have just like other studio. One of them's the recording studio as well. So there's that. I imagine they're just broken up based on what task you would be doing in those particular rooms. That sort of makes sense in my mind, at least, because they are a variety. They do a variety of different things. They're going to have a variety of dedicated spaces there. That would be my expectation, at least.
Yeah, so cool. I don't know what they plan to do with this increased accuracy in the motion capture and this increased space besides make more content.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to some of the crazy stuff, because once they get in there and they get fully set up and they really start like pushing stuff out, I think there's going to be some really cool announcements. Also, there's going to be more transparency from the company at large, because they've announced letters from the management.
I don't trust anyone I can't see through.
I know, right? They'll be releasing behind-the-scenes information and general ideas and thoughts from management. Generally just being more communicative with the public, with what their ideas are, what their goals are, where they're going, what they're doing.
I forget if like Carlos had mentioned this. This seems well timed.
It does, yes. And I'm
Like,
pretty sure he is the one that said that.
Yeah, considering the last like 3 months of everything that's been happening across who knows how many different agencies at this point, it kind of seems like they're getting the memo now that keeping literally everything 100% behind closed doors causes very, very harsh problems
Yeah.
Yeah,
in the long run.
there's definitely advantages in certain ways to keeping things close to the chest, but also it causes significant problems, as Carlos said, in different ways, where sometimes you're, as a company, fighting very hard to protect your image, and then somebody, puts out a document and suddenly there's a lot of stuff coming out that people are questioning about you. Where are the play buttons, for example, is a topic that has been hot this week. I'm sure we'll get into that at some point. But, yeah.
I feel like after all the stuff with Niji and even some of the stuff with Fishoujo, like everyone woke up to like the first at everyone in the history of the Hololive server. And it's a voice chat, and Yagu's in it, and like some other guys they've never had to speak with before. They get in, they go, "What's up?" And Yagu goes, "Is anyone upset? Is everyone good?" And the second he says that, like Vesper leaves, like without saying anything, and everyone else stays and goes,
I lost this game once already.
"Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're good." Magni goes, "Yeah, all good, no cap." And Yagu goes, "Good. But is everything good?" Because apparently one Google Doc can undo us.
I'm pretty sure that's one of those things where that's the first thread that started to get a little tug on it, and it's starting to unravel a few more things.
Yeah, because like the older I get and learn about like how companies work behind the scenes, it's like an 80% chance that actually happened, but maybe less extreme. Like just an email or like a fucking like Survey Monkey just got sent out.
Yeah.
It's like, tell us right now. Oh my God, we're trying to do this right. We're sorry we fucked this up.
That is Yeah, it can be. It's one of those things where there's this old adage about how if you know where to hit a mountain at the right moment, you can topple the entire thing with the smallest amount of force.
Yeah.
Like if you hit something in the right place at the right time, you can change everything about it. And I feel like there's some pains going on for Nijisanji right now regarding that.
Like, okay. Vshoujo came out clean because we just didn't offer a good enough contract for a couple talents. There's no blood on the floor. Niji's like, oof, ouch, owie, where'd all this blood come from?
Yeah.
She was here for 4 or 5 months. How did this happen? Oh!
It was like 2 months.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was... The first thing is there's... Again, Zion graduated from Nijisanji. Was the talent, Zion Lanza. That's what we're referring to, obviously, at this point. Posted a 22-page document where they were like, I don't fault Nijisanji at all. Please do not be mad at anyone for this.
Do not harass them.
It's just 2 things that didn't work out together.
I don't fault them. Here's a list of the faults.
Yeah. Here's the things they said about me that I do dispute, though, is basically what it seemed like.
And everyone is just like, yeah, that's it. What's the Isle of Dogs clip? Like, let's check to see what we're fighting about before we fight. Got harassed by this. Forced to do this. Yeah, it's enough.
Exactly. Like, unfortunately, that's a lot of like traditional Japanese companies are stringent about many things in many ways in particular.
Yeah.
That we won't necessarily need to dive into, but that sort of scenario has seemed to open things up a little bit more. We found out this week, and I don't think we have any notes about this particularly, but I kind of want to jump into it real quick because I learned about it.
I love jumping.
Good. Apparently Nijisanji holds all of the play buttons that their creators earn at the company headquarters and doesn't give them to them.
Why? Just why?
Yeah, like
What?
it's company property
Fuck off.
is the thing. And I don't know if that's their official line. That's one of the things I heard online was like, it's considered company property because the talents, faces, and names are owned by the company. So it's one of those things where the actor isn't in consideration.
That's so 2 things about that.
Yeah.
So one, if you gave them the play button, I mean, it's a trophy for their hard work.
Yes.
That's supposed to be what they're for. And second, it's literally worth nothing. What are they holding on to them for?
Yes. Additionally, they can request duplicates so that they can have one and the talent could have one, and they just haven't done that apparently.
Yeah, duplicate seems... Why do you... It's just... It'd make like 3 of them happy.
I know, that's the thing.
It's so small.
And this came out because there were pictures that came out from like Nijisanji's Twitter and stuff where they were, or from even the different talents that were like, check out, I got my 100,000 subscriber button, and they're all on the same white table. And then some talents were like, yeah, we don't get the buttons. Like,
A passionless employee picks up the button with rubber gloves and places it in the drawer. Good night.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Oh, Yasumi.
oh, yes.
Puts
They,
it away. Goes back in the elevator. All the lights turn off.
One drawer among hundreds. Like, that seems to be what the case is. Maybe they're displaying them at Niji headquarters. I don't know what the situation truly is, but it's just funny to me because like there's a picture floating around of Callie's gold play button stuck on her wall at her house. Like, it's very obvious that
She eats
other
steak
talents,
off it.
yeah, their other talents get to have their trophies. So the fuck Niji is basically all I can say on that.
It's so small.
And again, we're not supposed to name names. I'm spicy this week. I'm drinking Blowhole Blast. God damn it. So I'm naming names. It is what it is.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into some weird stuff anyways, and I'm feeling like we're gonna talk and just have honest conversation this week
Yeah,
about
like,
some
look,
things that are gonna be
some
mask
things,
off,
Look,
Yeah.
only 2 people watch us.
and that's fine. Hey, we had 14 views last week. Keep it up, folks. Thanks, Ollie.
Thanks, Ollie, for refreshing 12 times. And the one guy who's now liking the videos, parentheses, may also be Ollie.
If we get 10, may also be Ollie. Definitely is Ollie. Again, we get 10 likes on a video. I eat Vegemite on the next one. So
11 likes on video, and I'll do things.
there you go. We got it's a surprise. It's a surprise thing.
12 likes on video, I'll recite my bits before I say them.
There you go. 14 likes on video. We'll bring Sonic on for a real conversation.
15 likes on a video, I'll delete the channel.
Okay.
One-
Just don't push too hard.
We stop being punk. Yeah, like
One
this is
like
up
on
to
the
you.
video. One like on the video. I'll eat that ghost pepper ramen. My own like counts.
Forgot about that stuff. Also, we got a like on last week's video, so
Yeah.
you've doomed yourself, sir. All right. Did you guys drink condensed juices when you were kids?
Describe condensed.
They come in a little frozen cylinder, and you
Yes.
mix them with water.
When I saw them purchased in another people's homes, I didn't understand what they were.
He wasn't poor.
Starting today. Starting today, I know what those are.
Yeah, Cameron wasn't poor. That's what that means. You didn't drink condensed juice, you weren't poor as a kid.
I honestly don't even remember ever looking for them. It's just something my parents always
They
bought.
just showed up in the
Yeah.
freezer, and you were like, "Oh, I guess I'll have grape today." And you throw it in a pitcher, fill it with water, stir it around for 5 minutes, and then be like, "All right, this is almost juice."
Mostly juice.
Yeah.
Before we leave Side Tangent Town, do you have a meal from your childhood that you ate so often it's ruined to you? I'll go first. Chef Boyardee ravioli. Growing up, I went to a babysitter's home. This is like the first 12 years of my life because both parents worked jobs way past when I got out of school. She would make Chef Boyardee for lunch during the summers. I hate Chef Boyardee with all of my heart now because it was years straight of just nothing but Chef Boyardee and Cartoon Network playing the 3 same Scooby-Doo movies. I know all of those ones by heart. The fucking Alien one, the video game one. But yeah,
I liked the one with the witches.
yeah, that one a lot also.
Yeah.
That was probably the highest quality one, but I liked the video game one the most because, oh my god, they're in a video game. This is just like Code Lyoko. So go ahead, childhood foods.
I threw up Swedish meatballs once,
Oh,
and I can't even look at them. If I smell them, I have to leave or I'll throw up.
yeah, I know. Like vomit foods you remember.
Yeah. Like that never leaves. The only time I've ever thrown something up and then gotten over it and I can still eat it is crab legs because they're my favorite.
Yeah, crab legs are a diet.
That's worth
ride or die.
Like I definitely forced myself to eat them again so that I would like get over it because I love them so much.
Carlos.
Just plain, nothing special, nothing else in them. Plain beans.
Oh,
What kind? Kidney, green,
on their lonesome,
Just
beans.
just plain old beans.
but like
Ooh.
there's so many kinds of garbanzo beans. Like what kind of beans?
I don't
He knows
any
them
of
when he
them
eats 'em.
honestly, because my dad is full blood Mexican.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
How did I not see this?
My dad's full blood Mexican. We were super poor growing up because my parents were dirt poor. You can buy a whole, I don't even know how many pound bag of beans for $1.
yeah,
So
and beans are make it through the month food.
Yeah.
There's so much
Yeah.
protein and
You make one batch of red beans and rice and you can live, dude.
yeah.
no
rice,
rice,
too expensive.
just beans.
Jesus. So terrible. Can't believe beans were ruined.
I mean, I still like beans, but
You know
Just
what-
too much.
You know what food was ruined for me? It was caviar.
Just saying, you didn't know what fucking condensed juice was.
I didn't.
It's just one of those things. I don't know why that like is so heavily associated with being poor, but like, I don't know. It's just it's funny to me. Somebody pointed that out in like a stand-up act or something, and I was like, oh my god, we were poor. Like, what happened? All right, we had our fun times.
That was good. That's one of the moments where we get to talk about anything else. We got to take our break. And speaking of breaks, Miko
Unfortunately.
will be taking a break because she too has caught the coronavirus.
Yeah. So she has the Coof. She's going to be out of commission for a little bit. We hope a speedy recovery for her, of course. Fuck you, COVID. That's all I got.
I think wasn't there someone else that got COVID
Yeah.
too?
So
Everyone?
Laplace did,
The person Laplace was visiting.
Shion did, and Aqua did. So there was
Oh,
three
Aqua,
people
Shion, yeah.
last
Those
week.
two visited each other.
Yeah, because I just saw. Man, it just seems like everybody's getting it over there right now.
Do you have
Yeah, I can't
COVID-19?
wait.
Leave a comment down below.
So that happened. Laplace seems to be doing okay. She did like I mentioned last week. She did a stream where she sounded like somebody had punched her in the throat or something because she was struggling real hard, but it was also really funny.
I like to watch them suffer.
Yeah, it was very much a Schadenfreude thing.
Yeah.
She was trying so hard, and I was like, please stop. This is sad and painful to watch, but also kind of funny because it's Laplace and she's a Kusagaki. But then this week she did a dancing cover. She did the dance for "Do You" by Kiara.
Oh yeah, like the whole thing.
Yeah, it was really good. She posted a short on her channel, so check that out.
Or she got to do that in the new studio.
Maybe.
Motion capture.
Maybe. It's possible.
We have 3D scanned Yagu. Now he can be everywhere.
Oh my god. I want to see all of the girls piloting Yago as a mech. As he runs across the... Or as a Titan, which is a mech.
You'll see him
Fight
doing
me.
Yagu Titan.
You'll see him doing the "Do You" dance next.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm in. Poor Yago. As if he couldn't suffer more based on his role at the company as a fashion model now. All right, let's move away from Hololive for just a minute. Let's talk about...
I'm scared.
I know, it's uncharted territory for us, but very much stands for the Hololives.
Are you sure Kronii didn't do anything this week? Can we go back?
Nothing worth mentioning. Oh, well, actually, there is a whole lot. Let's get into that instead.
Later. So let's discuss something else then.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, VShojo has a new talent. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so good that they found a new, never heard or seen before, completely original, unheard of VTuber to bring into their cast of characters.
Yeah. Okay.
She's very different. I've never heard anyone like her before.
Yes. I know. She's new.
She's bilingual. It's very impressive.
Yeah, that's a great talent to have.
It's very special. It's fucking peak. I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I didn't mean it.
I didn't
Or did you?
know what you talked about.
I'm on the blowhole blast. I could be anything right now.
Getting zany on the blowhole blast on it.
Anyways.
So, ladies and gents, we'd like to welcome aboard our new 999-digit IQ genius, Henya.
Henya is life. Henya is love. Henya is genius.
Let me adjust the notes. Yeah, she can do a Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds flat.
So if you haven't seen this clip, fucking somehow, she announced that she is a genius during her debut and that she can do a Rubik's Cube in 30 seconds flat, and then she showed it off. She got to 28 seconds, and the Rubik's Cube exploded in her hands into tiny pieces, and then she just screamed, and that was the end of it. It was great. Her design is really cool. I want to highlight that as well.
Yeah, it's interesting.
She has a booba window.
She does have a booba window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not
Better than a breast door.
That's yes. She's very boing boing.
Well, I mean, VShojo is pretty good about getting really nice models for all of their VTubers.
VShojo's pretty good about getting boob windows.
That too.
Well,
Ask
you can't deny that.
All right, so seriously though, she has a ton of different layers to her outfit, and
Yeah.
I don't mean she has a coat that she can take on and off, and that's cool. But I mean there's so many articulation points on this model. Her hair all moves really, really coolly. She has a ton of ribbons and stuff on her outfit that also move whenever she moves. It's very impressive. Whoever rigged, good job. I'll put the name up here. Just in general, fantastic model. Also drawn by this person. I'm not doing this research. I didn't do the research ahead of time. I suck. I'm sorry. But just in general, fantastic model. Such a cool look. I love the design. Her eyes can glow.
Yeah.
She has a cube around her neck that glows blue, and also her eyes glow blue whenever she wants.
I do remember the cube TM.
Yeah, the cube.
I hope it hums ominously.
Oh, if only.
A man can only dream.
So I really loved her debut stream. It was really fun.
Yeah, I liked it too.
It was very dumb. Anything you guys want to highlight in particular about her?
I like her vibe. She's... How do I put this? Something I value in VTubers is I do genuinely prefer the ones that they feel like content creators I would watch anyways. So when the ones come out and it's like, oh boy, it's time for the sexing. Let's discuss the sexing. Boy, am I down to just get punched in the throat. Yeah, I prefer the ones that just feel like a normal person discussing things with you. If they're a little extra in character, that's fine. Kronii's fantastic, but
I always prefer just, oh, she's just a funny lady who's bringing some stuff to the stage. I like that she had the Rubik's Cube ready to go. I like that she has a lot of skit energy in her. She's playing into the character really hard at the moment, but it
As
doesn't.
VTubers do when they debut.
It feels like she's ready to be the character because she already has like all this stuff made up. She's good at playing foil with the audience and letting them have their wins on purpose. That's something I always appreciate when they know how to play the audience and kind of just get interaction going on. It really shows that whoever they got for this is experienced, knows how to play an audience already. Because this is not something you get debut one. Debut one, you are scared, you are huddled in the corner, you are crying, you see one comment and you go, thank you.
Yeah, it's generally
Do
pretty.
we want to? Like...
No, let Carlos talk.
Go ahead, Carlos.
Yes,
I was just gonna say it's generally pretty obvious when they debut which ones actually know what they're doing already, and which ones are obviously got pulled off the street. And
It's almost like some of them have practice in this environment before.
As established, most talents have done something before they were VTubers. Some of them have done YouTubes before, while others are just talented in general and were able to have some applicable experience in the field. In general, when I think about people who seemed ripping and raring to go, I think Gura was already like very prepared. I think Kronii had a very natural intro and hasn't changed a lot. But then I think of like Kiara and Callie both had very different intros from where they ended up. Honestly, Council had like some of the most natural ones, but it helped that they had a year to watch Hololive English.
Yeah.
I mean, we won't go too deep into Gura's, but I mean, if you know Gura's past, then yeah, it's pretty obvious how she was gonna go. So,
Well, it's just such a good debut because you watch all these other girls go, yeah, it's great. I'm loving this. And then Gura goes,
It's gone.
powerful. So yeah, good debut from Henya. Did you have anything else to add, Carlos?
no, not right now.
Nick.
So it's always interesting to me when someone comes along as a new debut, and you're like, boy, they remind me of someone.
I don't know what you mean, Dio.
Arigato.
Sorry, I don't know I was being so formal there.
Obviously, this is a subject that not a lot of people like to acknowledge. It's sort of verboten in the VTuber community in
I feel
general.
like the V Shoujo boys ball different.
Yeah.
Hololive people just click off the video now.
Yeah, and-
You're about to be startled.
In general, but there is actually a little controversy regarding this as well. So we might as well just actually discuss it. Is my
Yeah,
feeling
let's
on it.
discuss it to some degree. We gotta dive in a little bit.
This fully mask off. I'll put a timestamp for people that don't like this,
Yeah, like
I guess.
my precious K-fob.
Yeah, I know. So this is an established talent.
Yeah.
If you aren't familiar, this is a very popular VTuber who graduated from a different company about a month ago.
There is a woman with a distinct laugh that this woman also has who ceased her operations. At the time, it was very emotive. It might narrow it down a little bit too much for those of you who haven't clicked off yet, but we covered her leaving. I remember we were all pretty emotional about it.
Again, we can't say with 100% certainty anything in this world.
I think it's respectful to not say anything with 100%, but just be pretty much, come on.
You know, some people are upset about the fact that Henya exists at all.
Yes.
And that is because they think that whoever was around before should have stuck around. Or things should have gone differently. Or maybe they're worried that Henya was poached from a different company. And it doesn't matter. That's for them to decide.
So
Henya made their decisions. They are where they are, and they're happy that they're there.
And regarding that, being poached from another company, even if it was some sort of malicious poaching, why does that even matter? It was her changing companies like you would any other company that you're under in real life.
it's business. Like,
It's business. It's not emotional at that point.
And to be honest,
Someone made an offer and it was better, probably.
yeah. And to be completely honest, while she was probably doing fine at her old company, her old. There wasn't much of an old company. She was the old company, for the most part.
Yeah, I know what
That's
you're talking
100% true is the thing.
God, though, before we like dive out of this, I would like to play devil's advocate because I always like to look for the people in the middle who are just barely a little bit on the other side. It's okay that you're hurt. It kind of sucks that the way this communication happened is necessitated by how the VTuber industry is tied up into idol secrecy. It's a little annoying that there's another world where this person could just flat out say what her plans were.
100%.
Especially because she made these plans before all the other controversy and speculation about why she's doing it. No, it was already planned. This is just a roller coaster track she was already on.
It was just made worse that right at the time that she made this decision, that
Things got worse.
the controversy was at its height.
Yeah.
So let me put it this way. If you're upset that you went through an emotion, that you felt upset she was leaving, and now this new person's here that 90% of people agree is her, but again, it's okay if you feel a little betrayed. That's like someone that you trusted to kind of communicate clearly to you just couldn't. It sucks. I genuinely hope you find peace on that because she couldn't do it. And that sucks. But I hope you kind of come to accept that things can kind of go back to the way they were before. But just keep that in mind. Maybe figure out what to do with that emotion because you can't take it out on the person. They're just a funny haha YouTube person. And it's not my job either, though. I like to step in every once in a while. You got this. You're doing okay, dude.
That's it. You have to deal with your own emotions and doing that in a
BetterHelp.com.
healthy, doing it in a healthy way is what's important.
Yeah, like
frankly.
legit, just recognize your emotions and work with it. And if this advice works on you, you're not one of the terminally online who are flaming people on Twitter. You're just an okay person who probably didn't need me to say anything to you. But
Yeah.
you do you, dude.
The situation is what it is. Unfortunately, there's always contracts in the background, and they can't always be 100%. No, a lot of people can't be 100% open and honest, especially on the internet, especially when they're living behind a persona.
A persona that has contracts and lawyers that will enforce them.
Exactly. And so, unfortunately, things are what they are sometimes, but just try and find the good in it. That's the big thing. Also, one thing that I would like to point out is that something positive moving forward for Henya is that all of the talents for VShojo, and I'm including Henya in this because as far as I know, this is the case for her as well, own their own appearance,
Yeah, that's what I
own
was
their
wondering.
own resources. So everything that they are, they can continue going forward even if they leave VShojo. That's been the case for everybody else that was a member. Those girls were obviously all, established before joining VShojo, so I don't know if this is different, but as I understand it, their entire idea is you own the character. It's you. You can take yourself with you when you leave.
At the very least, they might, even if it was something that was created by the company for the company, with their past history, maybe they might be still willing to part with it.
No. Here's what's gonna happen. Henya, it's like 2 years from now, she's done. And the MV Shoujo goes, we can't give you those materials, but we can give you something else. Here's a flash drive. Henya plugs it in. The window pops up. VShojo manager leans over. See, you can be Neanders as well.
You're also Neanders.
A second Neanders.
Isn't one enough? Isn't one too much?
Go, be free.
But that's the positive thing about VShojo that I really like about them. They're
Yeah.
all about the industry, the talents, like having self-ownership. And so that going forward is huge. And that is great because that means this particular scenario is not likely to repeat itself in this way for this person. And that's great. That way, there's hopefully a lot less hurt feelings in the future anyways.
Still, that's definitely been like the theme of the industry for the past few episodes is transparency.
Yes, 100%. That's why I like seeing more transparency from Hololive and cover in general. And that's why I'm liking the transparent movements that Henya gets to make in the future.
Yeah.
You guys know what I really like a lot?
Money.
Suisei!
Oh.
Drink. Suisei, unfortunately, has announced that she's taking a short break from streaming. She's going to concentrate on some things in the studio. Just kidding. That's already over. She's back to streaming. She's already streamed twice since this was announced.
What was the announcement then?
that she was taking a break. And then she announced like 7 days later, she's like, nah, I'm back.
What's the break?
I don't know. I was very confused about that too.
Yeah. I think she just kind of wanted to be like, I'm doing some really cool stuff I can't talk about, so I'm not going to stream for a little while. So it was like labeled as an indefinite hiatus on the subreddit for some reason. And then she was like, a few days later, was like, hey, I'm going to play Minecraft today.
Break's done. Love me some Minecraft.
And then she was traumatized by Ina. Because Ina fell out of the sky and scared the ever-living shit out of her. And she, like, freaked out and, like, ran away and hid. And then Ina was too embarrassed to talk to her. It was a really good moment. The clip's out there. You should check it out.
That
But yeah,
sounds exactly like both of them.
apparently Suisei considers Minecraft to be a horror game.
Understandable.
Sure.
First time I played Minecraft, it was spooky AF.
Fair enough. Especially with the warden and all that stuff now. Woo! So either way, Suisei took a little break, did some really cool stuff in the studio apparently. Now she is back, and she played Idol Showdown and Minecraft.
I've heard she's really good at Idol Showdown.
Not surprising for me. That somehow seems like it's exactly the kind of game she would be into and good at. I know that I watched her for a little while. She played as herself. I don't know if she recorded any lines, but I hope she does.
That'd be great.
So
That's what she needs to take a break from gaming for, to record lines for Idol Showdown.
there you go. It all makes sense. It all adds up. Hey, Kiara and Gura are kind of dumb, right?
They're very fucking stupid.
They're like, not like to be insulting because I love them both a lot. But they're both kind of dum-dums. And my friends and I have this thing that we call the inverse intelligence quotient. And it's a phenomenon we noticed among ourselves. And it applies basically universally as far as we can tell. And it goes like this. The more friends you put together in a group, the dumber everyone gets. It lowers the intelligence of every person in the room the more like of a friend group gets into that room.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've noticed this. Because like you have a friend over and you're just like, let's watch a movie or watch some TV or something. If you're a weeb, you watch anime. You get like two friends over, you're like, how about we do something real dumb? Let's do a podcast.
I must be exponential because I had one friend over and I was like, you want to record a parody song of the Black Keys? He's like, yeah.
It's different levels for different friend groups. That's the thing.
Quiet stupidity.
You get four friends together, 5 friends together, 6 friends together. Suddenly you're doing a charity live stream for 24 hours. Look forward to it in the fall.
5 friends together, that's a whole Hololive generation.
There you go.
Oh, you mean like how when they had that eight person co-op game, or I don't know, it was like a year ago or something.
Oh,
And I don't remember what the game was called anymore, but it was literally like an eight person co-op.
Oh, the platformer where they're all like rabbits or whatever.
Yeah.
And if any one of them hits the button, they all die. That kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. If a single one of them is not doing what they're supposed to be doing at any point, they all fail. It took them like half hour to an hour to get through like every single level.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. And these two girls are both seemingly like focused catalysts of this effect anyways. Because they're both kind of chaos incarnate in their own little ways. But all of this has been a long preamble to the fact that Kiara and Gura played a video game together. They played Pikuniku, which is Japanese for picnic.
Oh.
Yeah. Now you know
That's
that.
the word of the day.
Pikuniku. Anyway, Carlos, I believe you watched the stream. I watched
did.
some bits and bobs of it here and
I
there.
saw
Some clips.
Yeah, I saw like a couple minutes of it while it was live. That makes me qualified to talk about it.
That does. So if anybody would like to chip in about this particular stream with moments that you seriously enjoyed or something like that, or even just general information.
They're dumb.
God, they're so dumb. I love them.
See, the puzzles, they didn't even make it to any of the hard puzzles in this game. I don't even know if there were hard puzzles. I think at some point one of them said, "This is like a children's game, by the way."
Sounds right to me. Yep. It's very much a family-friendly, like side-scrolling platformer where you have to use like leg physics and kick stuff. I guess
Yeah.
seems to be the gist of it. But
Yeah. They had such a hard time with it, partially because they just ended up rambling all the time.
yeah, I can see that. They're both conversationally excellent folks.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Yeah.
But
Apparently, somebody Who wanted to sing "Do You"? Was it Kiara or Gura? Because apparently that was a part of it.
Kiara mentioned that at some point she had applied to be on Eurovision
Oh, right.
as Kiara,
Big news, by the way, is Eurovision.
but she applied not as the behind the scenes person, but she wanted to be there as Kiara.
As the Gundam, not the pilot. Yes.
Yes. And she wanted to sing "Do You."
That would have been fantastic, actually. I would have loved that.
Imagine Eurovision looking at the application going, VTuber, that's too weird.
Yeah, Eurovision would do that.
Fucking Eurovision.
Her actual point in it, where she said, if I was ever going to make it in anything like this, it would be Eurovision.
Yeah. How old? I've seen like 2 Eurovisions. I don't think Austria does super duper well.
You can believe that, but maybe they would.
It's
Maybe
usually
this could be their year.
there's 2 things I know. Jesus Christ, stop winning Sweden. Literally, fuck off England. Welcome to last place 10th year in a row.
Yeah, I think it was maybe 5 years ago or something that I watched a Eurovision, and boy, the winner was the catchiest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. It was really good. So, I mean, generally, Eurovision's just a fun time anyways.
Yeah, and
but-
she said she was going to keep applying, actually. It wasn't going to end at just one rejection.
Nene was rejected from Hololive 3 times, and then she applied for a 4th time and got in. So I'm just saying, like, you got to work for it. So that's worth keeping in mind. Also, just in general, there were some really good clips. There's some really good moments from this stream, so I recommend you check it out.
Yeah, they found an acorn at some point, and there were many nut jokes after that.
Risu would be proud.
That doesn't sound like them. They're usually very mature.
It says in the notes that Ina said, damn.
Oh, yeah, they briefly talked about that, too. Where it's like, I had never heard Ina swear before, and we heard her say damn once.
And then she apologized. Except for the one time when she was playing Half-Life 2. After she'd, it was like 2 weeks after her debut, she was playing Half-Life 2, and she was just like, what is this shit? So, it happens. It's one of those super rare ones. It's like when Sora gets angry.
It's like a 4-leaf clover.
While we're on the topic of Kiara, I think it's a good idea to throw in the fact that she posted her new schedule for the week.
I did see her schedule.
It's hard to ignore that schedule. That big, bountiful schedule. Wrapped in a tiny towel. Anyways, her schedule art is super lewd right now. I don't know what's up with it. It's just her in a hot spring.
It's called Vanity.
Content. It is the king. So she posted her new schedule, and the important thing is Thursday, she's doing a girl stock with Mume and Goober.
I'm excited for that.
Speaking of that,
Okay.
going back to their collab, one of the things she started off the stream, she asked Gura, "Hey, Gura, do you see wombs and everything?" And Gura got really awkwardly confused, and Kiara's like, "Oh, okay, that's gonna be part of girl talk."
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, that was a strange thing to say. What the fuck?
There's a really good Hail Mary Mallon album I think it's called Bestiary, and the cover is a demon head that looks like a uterus. So, I mean, yeah, sometimes is my answer.
Grabs Gura, leans close. Do you see the wombs too?
I see them. They're everywhere.
So yeah, there's gonna be a girls' talk that will include the womb section.
Apparently.
Kiara should be on her should be wary. I believe she has 2 members of Snotcast on board. Nothing's off limits with these girls.
Nothing was off. I really like girl stock, and I'm calling it that because it's all one word.
Yeah.
I really like the last one because it's just real shit that girls deal with.
Yeah, like that's why I like fucking Chadcast and why I like Girls Talk too. It's like these offshoots where it's like, all right, VTuber time's done. Let's chat.
Yeah, it's very much like a peek behind the curtain of like living as a modern woman, I guess, a / anime character on the internet. So it's one of those interesting ones they do. That's really cool and insightful, sort of, you know.
Yeah. Learn things anime never taught you.
Oh, you're talking about the anime, the medium where if someone touches another character's hand, it's like nose bleeds and the most repressed genre on Earth, and yet somehow the most anti-repressed. Let's not get into this rabbit hole. This is a deep one.
Welcome to culture.
Yeah.
Sociology.
You mean like the entirety of Japanese culture?
Yeah. That's it. 100%. It's a facade of not being perverted. It's a very strong facade.
Say so.
Say so.
Say so.
Say so on the streets. Hentai in the sheets.
Oh my fucking god.
Anyway, she's also doing. I'm so sorry to have disappointed you this week.
What's she doing on Saturday, Nicholas?
Let's focus on my shame first for a minute.
If you have something you're ashamed of that Nicholas has done, please leave a comment down below.
And a like and a subscription. Subscriptions are really welcome right now.
Mm-hmm.
We love those. It helps grow the channel.
I will literally grow if you subscribe.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday is a new holotalk with Tokoyami Toa. I can't say her name right now. Tokoyami Toa.
Followed by a new episode of Zatch Bell. Only on Toonami. Yeah. So that's cool because Holotalk is always like fucking nuts.
Yeah, Holotalk is fantastic. You get an hour or two of Kiara interviewing a different member every episode. She was hiatus for quite a while because Kronii was like, no, I don't want to go on a show. But she finally got her. She nailed down that doggo and talked to her for like 2 hours straight, and they had a great time because those two vibe on a like different level. But I'm really excited for Toa. I like Toa a lot. I don't know if you know this.
It's on the bingo board.
Yeah, she sings good. And she's one of the characters that, like, if another Hololive girl makes a casual pass at her, she's just like, you're disgusting. And that's it. Like, it's like how Fubuki is friends and then Nene is husbands. Like, you've got Kiara, who hits on everything that moves, and you've got Toa, who rejects anyone that even says she looks okay. Like, so I'm looking forward to how this is going to mix exactly as well as oil and water.
Lady can't say even honka-donka badonkas.
I know. It's so sad.
That was a good one.
That was a long meow.
For those of you who aren't able to listen in because we forgot to mic up the cat this week,
Yeah.
that was approximately a solid second.
And yeah.
That was a half second.
So Sonic is joining the podcast. I might have to go shush him at some point, but otherwise, we're just going to leave it in. We're rolling today.
Yeah. It's a podcast, not a perfect TV show. This isn't the hit new Avatar film from the James Cameron.
Thank God. This has the potential to be interesting then.
Speaking of the ways of water, we have an update to Umisea.
This was the best segue of the day. So yes, Umisea is a subgroup of Hololive that previously included Ina, Gura, Marine, and Aqua.
They played Mario Party.
And we discussed this in the past. They also released a song. It's pretty cool stuff. They've released a new song. Also, Chloe's officially a member now.
Yay,
Yay!
We don't know if she wasn't in it before or if we just had no idea what we were talking about.
She was ambiguous. Ambiguous Orca. That's a good YouTube name. Take it.
Yeah, that's all you, Ambiguous Orca.
Welcome
Subscribe
aboard.
today.
Subscribe to Ambiguous Orca.
Sounds like a gamer tag.
It really does.
It's like one of
That's
those self or like automatically assigned ones.
That's the guy at the bottom of the leaderboard on Call of Duty, but he's always playing Genshin.
Anyway, so yeah, there's a new music video. You should go check it out. It only has the JP members, but I assume that's mostly scheduling conflicts and the fact that the EN members don't live actually in Japan.
Yeah.
Well, Ina and Gura were very briefly in it.
Yeah.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that part. I must have missed it. So
Yeah, I mean, they weren't like the main focus. They just did a little small portion of it.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
I could.
Umisea.
Their Oceanic members do very well. I could literally foresee Gen 3 just being, fuck it, Ocean.
Yeah.
This
The
is
only one they're
starfish.
missing now is Kobo, and she's the rain shaman.
Yeah.
So I guess it doesn't make total
She's not
sense.
a fish.
It's true. She is fishless. She's going fishless. Anyway, it says here in the notes that it's super catchy. And I
Yeah,
really
could
agree
you
with that.
tell us if it's super
Yes.
catchy? Do
Absolutely.
you have any proof?
Fantastic. Could you hum it for
Yeah,
us?
could you sing it for us, like all the lyrics?
All right, you'll just have to wait for me to learn Japanese pronunciations first.
Oh,
You just have to learn this song. Look up the fucking like.
phonetic
Yeah.
dictation of it or something.
Jeez,
That was words. Anyway, there's new Hologra.
I didn't actually catch this one. This was the dog one, right?
Where
Yes. This one was
where-
fucking strange. Again.
It was the ultimate thumbnail where it's like, it's ominous. There's just a dog and one of the VTubers, and a comment below it says "behave."
Yeah, it's
They're
confusing
all,
episode where two of the girls run into each other and bonk heads. It's Pecora and Luna, and they both have verbal tics. That's not the nice way to say it. They both have distinctive ways of speaking.
Yes.
Pecora always ends her sentences with Peko.
Oh, yeah.
Luna ends her sentences with I don't know. It's Luna. She goes yeah or something. Oh wait, that's Miko.
Pain Pekka.
So they bonk heads and they switch verbal tics, basically.
Yeah.
And then this gets a little crazier. Achan gets involved. At some point, a dog shows up, and they just keep bonking heads and switching personalities. They're not personalities, but the way they speak, I
hate
guess.
that the dog's photorealistic.
The dog is like a German Shepherd or perhaps a Malinois.
I love Hologra.
But
When the photorealistic dog walks in, and I know this will make some people's stomachs gurgle the wrong way, it starts to look like Xavier. It starts to look like Renegade Angel when the weird PS2 photorealistic attempts show up. It really do.
the worst and best part of it, though, is when the dog starts running and it just basically has a weird facial freak out. It is uncomfortable to
Oh,
watch.
I hate.
There
No! No!
Yeah. And then Achan gets tackled by the dog and they switch like things. And the dog starts talking about overtime.
Oh my god.
It's demonic, it's horrifying.
Oh, who writes this? What were they thinking?
If you wrote this, let us know down below. And also please stop.
Just cancel Hologra. Stop making it.
Yeah. So yes, this one again is one of the trippier episodes of Hologra.
Yagu-
We're watching the freak out dog again.
So there was a fucking PowerPoint meeting. Yagu was sitting there because I love him. And they're like, all right, so we need a studio. Okay, can you show us why?
Dog.
We need to capture the dog in more detail. How much again?
$20 million.
Show me the dog again.
There's the dog again.
Hi.
Go for it. It's all you.
Rubber stamped approved. Start building.
So again, we've been doing weekly Hologra recaps for some reason. Apparently, it's a
It's
segment.
a segment. I think this week's was already the funnest. I think I should stay in the dark intentionally because they're only a fucking minute.
That's true. They are like 1 to 2 minutes at best. It's worth your time to check it out. It's weird.
If
as hell,
you want to
so-
make the sounds I just made, and Lord will you,
We've been watching them every single week, and we have yet to fully understand any of them.
holy fuck.
It's interesting. It's weird every week. We really recommend them. Check them out, and we're gonna keep talking about them. So, I guess you should be in the know.
Subscribe to Hologra.
Subscribe to Hologram. It's on the Hololive official YouTube channel, in case you're curious.
Hololive.com.
Let's talk about Fauna real quick because
Yeah.
she's pretty cool. She's a plant lady. There she is on Cam's shirt. So, a super chatter asked her about friendships with VTubers, right? And the source is being left out due to apparent controversy with the super chatter.
Yeah,
So-
I got this off of a clip. She was reading super chats, and I scrolled down through the comments just to kind of see what was going on, see what people had to say about it. I don't know why I do that, but I do that. And some of the top comments were saying like, "Hey, stop! Don't give this guy attention. Like he's very well known for super chatting VTubers with the sole purpose of harassing them."
Yeah.
Okay.
This just happened to be something that Fauna actually managed to turn it around and spin it back on him. So it was just a very good, small conversation she had.
Okay, so tell us about what happened with this then.
Well,
Because I'm kind of clueless on this one.
Yeah, I didn't know this happened.
he had asked in his super chat, essentially, he quoted like a Berserk line is how he started it off, because the main character, the main antagonist of Berserk, the whole issues stemming around that for the whole series was that he would not accept anybody unless he was like an equal. That was the main thing that started problems in that series.
Okay.
And they asked Fauna what she thought about that, and Fauna just outright said, "Yeah, none of you, you're not my friend.
Yeah.
None of you will ever be my friend. I am here to entertain you." And I used to be an audience member too, watching YouTubers. I used to want to be friends with YouTubers too. And she said as she got older, she realized that was just, it's not feasible.
It's not responsible. It's not reasonable. It's not a lot of things, frankly.
And the point that she ended up making to kind of spin it around was she just admitted, "I'm a regular person," or, regular Kieran. "I am a regular person, and the people that you already personally know in your life are already better friends than I could ever be."
And there you go.
Yeah.
I can't remember the actor. It bothers me that I can't actually, but there's a fairly famous story of an actor who was dealing with a stalker. And his response to this woman who was chasing after him, desperately wanted his attention at all times, imagined they would be married, these sort of things. He was like, "Let's go on a date." And he went on a date with her, and by the end of the date, she left and never talked to him again.
Yeah,
because she realized, oh, not only is this not the person in my head in front of me, it's just a normal person, and he's kind of a dick.
and that's what it gets back to, is parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
It's great you're watching content creators. You are developing a parasocial relationship. These are very one-sided. These are dedicated to you constructing unrealistic expectations of what it is these people can offer. Most of you don't do this. Some people who already have a poor job handling their emotions or understanding boundaries will let the parasocial relationship develop and grow to the point they have unhealthy expectations, not of the person, but the figure. You don't know these people. When I met some YouTubers I really loved at MagFest, I don't know them. And I knew I didn't know them because he had a 40-minute video about how I don't know him. It was also a great review of Hunter x Hunter. Point being, you don't know these people. You know what they've put out. You know what they plan to put out. You know who they try to be and who they're presenting in that moment. When you might even meet them in real life, but you don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not friends. They're entertainers. They're a persona they've put together that they put forward to build a relationship with you that is parasocial. They don't know you. You know a lot about them. And that's already the perfect brewery for an unequal relationship that cannot be equalized and maintained at the same time.
And a final point that she made was the only thing she personally wants to get out of it is, besides, making a living, she just wants to make people happy.
Yeah.
If she can. And if you need friends, there's however many thousands of other people watching her. Apparently, you have the same interest if you're watching the same person.
It's a good conversation
So-
starter.
Look, this comes back to fucking Anime Boston when I was waiting for my turn to talk to Bae. All the brats in there were the nicest people. They're people I would never hang out with normally, but when I went in there, the second I sat down, I was kin. They treated me like they'd known me forever. It's like I was surprised. Like, do that. Turn to the person to the left of you. Be their friend if you can. Put forward whatever you have, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out because you just met a weird person at a convention. Maybe leave.
Yeah.
But try the next person.
That's the thing, is there's gonna be hits, there's gonna be misses.
Yeah. Like, we had so many just like short fun encounters with other people who liked Hololive, and it's like,
Oh, definitely.
Wow.
We met an Ina cosplayer that was really cool.
she was so nice. We had a short conversation. It was so pleasant.
Yeah, she's a very friendly person. We rode an elevator together. It wasn't creepy. It wasn't weird. It was just it was a fun little interaction that we had, and just in general, like those are the best things that you can take away
Yeah.
from like a lot of like conventions and things. You meet somebody cool, you follow them on Instagram or some shit, you know, that's like the best case scenario. And maybe you chat online once in a while. Maybe you
Yeah,
join
but-
their Discord.
Fauna,
That's like the best case, right?
Yeah.
And then you just talk online once in a while. Like, but if that's something you want, you're not going to get that from an actual VTuber. You're never going to get into their Discord, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
look.
sorry.
Fauna was right when she said it. She's not going to be your friend ever, and she's not even your friend right now. Just watch what she does and be happy with what she's doing, because she wants you to be happy. She genuinely does. I bet if she met you, she'd say, I just hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching. Hope you're having fun. And that's it.
Yeah. She's not going to be the friend you make out of this, but you can make friends out of this.
If
That's
you're
the
watching this, you probably have enough social awareness. You already know about this. This isn't directed at you, but at the same time, this is a pat on your shoulder. Just keep your expectations realistic and really look at yourself and ask, why are you making relationships that go a little too far? Why are your expectations here? And figure out what you need, bud. BetterHelp.com. Not sponsored.
Kiara's going to return that phone call someday.
How did you get her number?
Don't ask.
Don't tell.
That's been not a thing for a long time.
It was controversial.
Yeah, it was.
Glad we're diving into that.
Let's discuss. No, I was fighting myself even making that joke because it is a serious subject.
Yeah,
Like parasocial relationships are sort of they're a really dangerous brain work.
Watch Oshinoko.
Yeah, you got to be careful and you got to make sure that you're still grounded in reality. Go touch grass, bro. It'll be good for you.
She is literally a gaming Kieran all about nature, bro. She can grow you some grass to touch.
She's not like I said, like appreciate people for what they are, but don't go nuts. Because we're all just people at the end of the day, and you know,
Yeah.
enjoy the content. Certainly, go for it.
We're people until someone draws us as a furry.
Like Fauna and Mume.
Yeah. Nailed it.
So, Fauna and Mume done had a furry drawing stream, apparently. We got some interesting things out of this, apparently, for some people. Cameron. We got a Doggo Mume.
Yeah, we did.
We got a Kieran Fauna.
Yeah, we did.
I got a what are they? Persons, not
Perversons?
persona.
Oh, fuck. What is this? This is like the worst portmanteau ever.
Yeah, this is really terrible. This was apparently not cringe, Carlos. Would you like to clarify how not
Yeah,
cringe
would you like to
this
tell-
was?
They spent like 10 minutes talking to each other, explaining this is not cringe.
Oh,
This,
Fauna
thi-
does.
the two of them said that. They spent like 10 minutes talking about that. This is not cringe.
Yeah, and everybody that says that about themselves is definitely not cringe.
Yeah,
Like
this-
us, we're not cringe.
Yeah, this podcast is
We've never been cringed in our life.
not cringe.
Not even a little.
A little.
Would you like to jump in on this, Carlos? Is there anything that
Yeah, anything
you
you'd like
you
to-
put the notes in here?
Yeah,
I
this
feel
is
like
this is your podcast.
maybe there's something you need to tell.
This was like a 2-hour stream.
Mhm.
And they already had the dog and Kieran drawings pre-prepared for this to put on the stream.
Love it.
I'm not gonna lie. I jumped in on this one live for. I just saw a stream and I was like, cool. I clicked on it, and then I saw like the outlines and they were inking them, and I was like, okay. I just closed it, and I was like, I'm gonna go back to playing Tears of the Kingdom. Thanks.
I see that they did Warrior Cats discussion, so I might have to spin back around and watch it.
Is that like Samurai Pizza Cats?
It's like, I've never read it myself, but I've watched YouTubers who've like gone on tirades. Warrior Cats fans are the funnest people to listen to, because they go, this was great. Oh, this part. Don't get me fucking started on that cat. God. Oh.
Apparently, it's something that a select few specific people grew up with.
Yeah.
And that carried into an extremely obsessive adulthood for some of them.
Okay, cool.
And the only reason I know anything about this is because at Otakon last year in the hotel room when we had nothing to do, I brought up Gura's stream for something to watch. She was playing Stray, and she talked for like 25 minutes. about this series on stream.
Okay.
There's just some fandoms I know nothing about, but whenever they start talking, it's like, let me get the popcorn, dude. Holy shit! You don't stop.
But they were talking about that on here, and they're like, "Oh, by the way, Kronii has the whole book series."
God, she is such a warrior cat. If you had asked me, I would have fucking said Kronii. She has warrior cat's energy.
I know some of these words.
It's just like I knew Nick liked Gundam way before he told me.
I have it all over my face.
Gundam code it.
You can't fight my nature.
But yeah,
It's all just Gundams and strike witches.
You had like your hair out, and then like you tie it up into a ponytail, and you look in the mirror like, I fucking love Gundam.
God, I can't wait for the new episode of Witch from Mercury.
Yeah.
Every week.
Then like the ponytail comes listening to go, I can wait a couple weeks. No, I can't.
No, I didn't get to see this week's episode. It's nobody's fault. It was Mother's Day. It's fine. I still haven't seen it.
But that's such a good show to watch.
It hurts my
on
soul.
Mother's Day.
I know, right?
That show's pro mother.
It's very. You should always listen to what your mother tells you.
Yeah.
sure.
It's a really good show. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it. And just be prepared to be somewhat traumatized.
Be prepared to be Trump. It's 9 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and then a couple episodes of Trauma.
Yeah.
Be prepared for that.
Well, let me go off real quick 1 second here about how this season of anime is just fucking trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want it to hurt more. It hasn't hurt enough yet.
Oh, you haven't been watching the new Gundam.
Maybe you can rewatch Made in Abyss.
Oh, there you go. That's the thing.
I've seen it all twice at least.
Nothing's gonna top it though. You can't until season 3 comes out.
I don't know how you can top season 2.
That's what we thought after season 1.
I know.
And the movie.
Yeah.
I know.
I still can't deal with that.
I
fucking
can't
movie.
wait until Made in Abyss is done so the author can go to jail.
Same.
Great series. Great art. Goodbye.
Directly to prison. Directly to jail.
Straight to jail.
Believe it or not.
Straight to jail. I see that Kronii also owned up to her new fursonas and has added them to her.
See, they were
They're perversons.
See, they started off the stream where they were gonna draw like all of council, and then they spent like an hour and a half only drawing Kronii.
That's fine. I'm okay with this.
Kronii seems the easiest to translate, kind of. Except, like, I think...
Kronii seems the easiest to fucking troll.
I think, yeah. I think Mew may be a good fox.
Yeah, about that though.
Even
Apparently,
though she's an owl.
so the Kronii got a hold of the pictures,
Yeah.
and then she added them to her Twitter banner.
She's a smart girl.
That's Kronii energy. Like, she owns...
Also, her next stream used the thumbnail.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then 2 days later, somebody on Twitter made a hyper detailed fan art of one of them. 2 days.
Yeah, that's the one I think that she used for her thumbnail too.
Yeah, yeah.
For,
Yeah.
like her next stream that day. So I love that her Kronii energy demanded that she embrace the fuck out of this.
Big clock energy.
Big clock energy, baby. Walks into a room with a big clock, like, what up?
I got a big clock.
It's on my wrist. Look at it. What are we talking about?
I think we're talking about...
That cat's clock?
I don't know. I just think I'd just rather be home playing on my Switch. There's a new game that came out.
Oh, dude, yeah, Super Mario World.
No, it's a more obscure indie title.
Signalis.
God, I fucking love Signalis.
It's like I can do it every time. I just like if I say the word Signalis, it's like a tick.
I instantly become happy.
Oh, Cam's looking a little sad today. I better talk to him about Signalis.
Oh, I fucking love Ariane.
All right, we're talking about Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, we're talking about Tears of the Kingdom.
People are out there playing Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
There's a little indie streamer. His name's Nick. It's me.
Yeah,
Hi,
hello.
I'm Nick.
Oh, I didn't know we had a real streamer on the podcast.
Twitch.tv/slapdashentertainment.
Ah!
All one word. I streamed it for 11 hours on Friday.
Wow, you have these girls beat. Surely no one has streamed it.
Shut. Some people are not human. They are coyotes. All right, let's start at the top. Regis Altair, Mr. Altair himself.
Welcome aboard, Regis.
Who wants to be a Tears of the Kingdom player? That's a Regis Philbin joke.
Feel free to Google him, children.
Yeah, you don't fucking know. You're a Zoomer, probably. Anyway, apparently he played some Tears of the Kingdom, yeah?
Yeah, did
Good
a
endurance stream.
24-hour stream.
Good God.
Good man.
Well done. Kayla played 9 hours of Minesweeper for some fucking reason instead of Tears of the Kingdom.
What is wrong with her? Also, Kayla, take a shot.
Yeah, there you go. Take a shot. Drink. And then Kaori, who is... We talked about this last week because I had realized recently how much she streams.
Yes.
And I made it a point. She has streamed 40-plus hours of Zelda in 3 days. This coyote is a coyote and therefore not human.
So, about this.
Okay.
I added to this document at 1 a.m. last night. I went to her channel and counted all the hours up. It was like 42, 43 hours worth in 3 days.
Yep.
I look at the streams. Upcoming stream,
No.
Zelda number 4.
Fucking Christ.
It'll never hold up to Magni's. Fucking. Why can't I think of the most popular Fortnite stream number 14?
Yeah.
There you go.
Fortnite Stream 16 is what made me subscribe.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, Kaori is the gaming coyote, the streaming coyote. She'll stream anything at all times. She's a powerhouse.
And by the way, she streamed Zelda for about 40-plus hours in 3 days. That's not the only thing she streamed,
Shut
by the
up.
way. She did like 3 or 4 other streams.
Yeah, she did one
in
where she
between.
answered marshmallows and the random questions and stuff. I saw that. Ina has been playing Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, catching up. I have a friend who's been doing that too. He messaged me and said, finally starting Breath of the Wild. It's like, you can, okay.
Now, here's the thing. Let me tell you about something. A week ago, I was playing Breath of the Wild, and I opened up YouTube on my second monitor, and I was like, oh, look, Ina's playing Breath of the Wild. And so I full screened her on my left monitor, and I was playing on the right monitor, and we're friends now. No.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, I want to stalk Ina so bad that I'll find her in Hyrule.
No, it was just this fun thing where I was just like, hey, we're playing the same game. This is kind of neat.
Yeah, a little parasocial moment for us.
Yeah. It meant a lot to me. But I was like, surely she'll play Tears of the Kingdom when it comes out. And she apparently hasn't. She's just continued playing Breath of the Wild.
No, because I don't think she actually ever finished it.
No time like the present. So that's fun that she's working on that.
Breath of the Wild is a much tamer game. Before we move on
Oh,
from
God.
Tears of the Kingdom, I have to talk about it again. It's the clip I saw on the twitter.com.
Go for it.
So you can build anything in this game, provided you have enough imagination and patience. Start the clip. A choir is singing. A cart is wheeling forward. Upon the cart is a cross, and nailed to the cross is a Korok.
Yep. Again,
And he's being marched through Hyrule for his sins.
the clip that I really enjoyed was someone that created like 8 bonfires in a row and had a stick on a rotating wheel with like 12 Koroks glued to it over the fire, and they were just rotisserieing like 12 Koroks for the same reason, I guess.
So
People really didn't like that they collected 900 Korok seeds and got a literal piece of shit in the last game for their effort, I guess.
this is going to be a meme content machine for a while. We can expect to
Oh
hear
my God.
about VTubers playing it more, let alone tubers.
There's going to be so much content out of this game. I watched a video of a man that created a fully functional laser shooting mech
Yeah.
that he could control and pilot and just use to just decimate.
So
Enemies in the
far,
game.
the best I've done is I glue explosive barrels together and then drop them to make a nuke. And I made hot air balloon wings that would fly up, go forward, and let me throw bombs down from it on my foes.
Hell yeah.
Haven't gotten
Made a
wacky.
functional bomber.
Yeah, like this is a weird fucking game.
My favorite thing that I've done so far, and there's a shrine that teaches you to do this sort of. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to finish this shrine, but it's the way that I did. It's my proudest moment. You get to near the end of the shrine, and there's a raft and a bunch of sticks or like planks, and then like some rotating wheels. So I stuck one of the planks to the back of the raft, stuck the rotating wheel to the plank, and then stuck 3 planks around the outside of the wheel, and made a functional paddle boat
fuck?
to carry an orb across a stretch of water.
What is this
I made
game?
a functional paddle boat.
What is this game?
It worked. This game has blown my mind.
How long until someone makes like a computer in this game that plays Minecraft? Like, what the fuck?
I can't wait. Like, this is going to be a content powerhouse.
Yeah, 100%.
It already is, and it's going to just get bigger and bigger.
Next up, can you run Doom on it?
You probably can.
I will say that personally, this is a 10 out of 10 game. I took the day off Friday when it came out and played it all day. Like I said, I streamed for 11 hours. I played it for several hours the next day and the next day. If we weren't recording a podcast, I'd be playing it right now. I've had at least like 40 moments in this game that have made me put my controller down and go, that's incredible. So, it's a good game. I'm just putting that out there. I understand why people are playing it for 40 hours, Coyote. I get it. I would too if I could. Follow me on Twitch so I can make it my career. Also subscribe and like the podcast if you like it. All right. Moving on. Let's talk about a regular tuber.
Ugh.
A potato, if you would. I'm kidding. It's Koefficient. Now, Koefficient, if you've never heard of him, is a YouTuber, a Twitch streamer, right?
Twitch streamer.
Twitch streamer.
I mean, I've seen him on YouTube too.
Yeah, I've seen his like compilations and like reactions to things and stuff on YouTube for the most part. He gets clipped a lot and posted on there, basically, especially by people who are clipping his interactions with VTubers and VTuber related things because he's a big fan. He's cosplayed Kronii in the past, which was fantastic. He showed up in Kronii's birthday stream, I think it was, at one point.
Yeah, apparently she is like hardcore, probably his favorite.
Yeah. Like he literally cosplayed her twice with 2 different outfits. He's very big on her. And he did an interview with another huge VTuber stan, Ollie. Thanks for watching, Ollie.
Thank you,
know
Ollie.
you're out there. Looking forward to our interview. So he interviewed her for an hour. And what did they talk about, Carlos?
Well, I mean, the first half of it was just like a regular interview for an hour. He talked about all kinds of random things. I didn't get the chance to like watch the whole thing like as it went. But then the second half of the stream started. And so he explained that apparently his audience has forced something on him that he does not appreciate, but he can no longer avoid it. They did a feet review.
Feet.
Exhaustive.
Feet.
And as much as he vehemently denied his, his
Interest in this?
interest in feet, they got almost every single one of them right. Him and Ollie both.
I just want a quick aside real quick. I don't know what the guy's name is, his username. I assume it's a guy. It could be a girl. I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
could be.
If I find it, then it's up there above my head. But every once in a while, there's a fan art that just appears on the subreddit, different every time. But there's always a focus on one particular part of the VTuber he's drawing. And it's always their feet. And like, I see you, buddy. Maybe chill. If it's your thing, it's your thing.
I understand.
It's obviously your thing. There's nothing wrong with it. And frankly, your fan art is amazing. Like, you're such a good artist. Holy shit. Fuck it. Just keep doing what you're doing. I'll just ignore the feet if it's not
Here's
for
the
me.
money I made when I drew the feet. Now here are the funds I procured without the feet.
Yeah, that's the fair thing.
Do you see the difference?
I'm pretty sure he does it for himself. I'm just saying.
I can either draw feet or armpits. Either way, there's food on my table.
So, Koefficient did another interview apparently too, right?
Yeah.
Yep. He did an interview with the HoloCure dev.
Hell yeah.
One of the animators on the I Am Now Your Sister anime. Holocure Dev. Oh my god.
Yep, same person.
Yeah. Holocure Dev's a great guy.
So,
Yeah, it was really nice that he did this, and he gave us some insight on the future of HoloCure. Just a few pointers here and there, and
you care if I run down through them real quick?
sure.
Holostars are coming to the game eventually.
Yeah. Oh my
Also
god, there's
great to know.
no fucking way Vesper doesn't have a spear.
100%. That's going to be his weapon. He's going to swing it in circles above his head. Guaranteed. Fishing will not be part of the main game, but he is adding it as a side game, it sounds like.
Makes sense.
Or mini game, maybe.
That's what it sounds
It
like.
wouldn't really fit in.
Yeah.
Because it's a time, like, the game's timed.
How great would it be, though? Like, you're surrounded, right? You come across water, bloop, and just like there's enemies all around you. You're surrounded by Mr. Squeaks, right?
Yeah. I don't know what
Hundreds
that's
of
like.
him.
Gives you something to do while you're doing the not move achievement.
There you go. And the only thing saving you in that moment is your reel and rod. But yeah, it makes sense to keep that, obviously, as a mini game. Maybe developing more games besides Holocure in the future.
That's reasonable. Holocure did very well, and he turned it out very quickly. I could see him doing more.
Yeah.
Especially 'cause
year.
now he's a golden goose.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to get your name out there, I'll tell you that. Mume is going to get minor changes in the game.
I'm curious what those minor changes would be. Mume didn't really stand out to me as like a character that had huge issues.
I don't know, because Mume was probably my favorite to
Yeah,
use.
she spawns out the arrows and then they seek.
So maybe a buff, maybe a nerf. We'll have to see. Maybe a
Yeah,
buff
like,
and a nerf at the same
I
time.
know right now the strongest character is probably still Robocobe because her level up mechanics are busted. Like she's the only character that like does shit every time she levels up. I'm curious if that would get a nerf. But apparently, yeah.
And there's an Ozki update that now Ozki has started streaming a lot more. Is that what I'm picking up here? Since she was
Yeah.
originally added to the game?
Yeah, they discussed it, and there was just she didn't stream like much at all when she was added to the game, and since they now have months of streams to reference, they felt like her original design didn't really fit her well enough anymore.
Oh, I could see that.
Like style, just general look, everything about her has just changed so much over the last year that they really felt like Ozki needed some changes.
I mean, it makes sense that Ozki's changed a lot, frankly, because she has gotten 2 different redesigns over her time, too. So
Yeah.
But they've also announced. I don't think this wasn't part of
here. I got the. Or you're talking about like their big announcement?
the Steam announcement.
Yeah,
This was not part of the interview.
I got this. I mean, I had it. Unfortunately, we had. So, it's unfortunate news. An urgent announcement concerning the future of Holocure. Due to an error in the launcher, unfortunately, the Holocure launcher may no longer be used. Because of this, they have decided to take down the Holocure launcher. And now it's coming to Steam.
yay.
At the bottom of the announcement, the literal text, we purposefully made this announcement look as alarming as possible.
Good job, guys.
Fuck.
It's like anytime somebody sees a big announcement from Hololive, everything clenches.
For some reason, every time I see a yellow background and blue text, I get worried.
Wonder why. So yeah, they're moving Holocure to Steam. It'll be a much more automated process. If you play games on PC, generally you have Steam already anyway, so it's not really a big
My
deal.
biggest fucking issue of Holocure was every time it booted, I had to close Steam because they couldn't share the controller. They didn't agree. Now that it's on Steam, it can just use Steam controller, which I use already. It's the inside the Steam program that tells the game how to accept the controller. Holocure is now playable.
There we go. So it'll be released on Steam with update 0.6. Updates will also continue to be posted on itch.io.
It continues to be a very free game.
Yep, and save files will continue to work regardless of the platform you're playing on. So hey, there you go. It's
Look,
same great taste.
paired alongside this, they had also shared some new screenshots, just kind of teasing at some content. Nothing too big. They showed like a house, a couple new enemies. I don't think they showed anything else, but this will be the update that brings in Hololive ID. Look forward to that. Very excited for that.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited to be the blacksmith lady.
Another shot.
And Karaoke. So here's something else that's interesting that happened recently. Height, what makes keyboards and keycaps and things, is releasing an official Hololive Connect to the World keycap set.
They're going all out with their Hololive stuff. They've got at least 2 PC cases that you can
They
buy.
do, yes. They made the Bae one and the Kronii one, right?
Yeah.
And so this is going to be a whole different set of keycaps for them. It's very purple, very white, very blue. It's got a ton of different logos and things that you would recognize. It's got a little Takadache, a little KFP, piece of fried phoenix. It's got the Goober spear.
It's called
Trident.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know. I just screwed it up. Why you got to point it out? The escape key is the Connect to the World logo from their concert upcoming.
That was very cunning of them.
It was, yes. And anyway, everybody has like little representations. It's really cute. It's a nice little keycap set.
So listen, this is the most targeted I've ever felt in my entire life. The only reason I'm not like, fuck, I have to, is a pet peeve.
Mm-hmm.
This key set has weird text on the enter key and in the space key. The space key says connect the world, and the enter key says Hololive. Space keys are not to have lettering on them, let alone a statement. And the enter key being branded, I would dislike any brand on my enter key. I do not want to see a brand. This is no offense to Hololive. This is a pet peeve. Everything else about this set is gorgeous. Few bullet dodged $100.
Yeah, that costs $100.
$100.
I have considered it many times, but I keep stopping myself as I have a large-scale vacation plan coming up, and I have to worry about that. But I do love the fact that all of the letters have Japanese lettering as well.
Well, hey, if you order it before the end of the month, there's pre-order bonuses too.
Oh, that's right. Are we talking about the mat?
Yes, there's a lovely Connect the World desk mat that is also included. Has all your favorite gals.
I wonder why Gura's in the center.
I wonder. Nothing to do with popularity.
There's a bunch of like I think you got extra keycaps and things too as like actual, not just like pre-order bonuses. Like if you pre-order it like now type of thing. Because there's a very limited time frame where you get extra bonuses.
Pre-order, extra novelty keys to. Oh, do you have to pre-order to get the 65 or 75% sizing? I mean, that's a fun pre-order bonus, but that's like saying pre-order now so it'll work on your board.
Yeah, it's kind of strange.
I mean, I get it. They probably only printed so many novelty keys because who the fuck is rocking a 65%? But 75% is actually fairly popular. Listen, I have a $400 keyboard in the mail. Don't talk to me. This was targeted.
All right, let's talk about something that isn't targeted towards Cameron at all. The Baegemite Finale.
Zero interest in that. Give me the rat so I can hide it comedically.
No, it's too
Mine
late.
now.
Mr. Squeaks!
The joke is dead.
No! Yeah, the Baegemite Finale.
It was really good because you called
Yeah,
exactly what was going to happen.
I did! I was so excited when I saw the announcement. I love being right about things I like.
There you go. It's Yago and Achan. And it was great.
It was so
fantastic.
fucking funny.
We
What?
got
Achan's so funny.
Yeah, she is. She's genuinely very entertaining. She's the secret boss idol.
Yeah.
Is the thing. She's the one that nobody talks about, except for everybody talks about her because everyone loves Achan.
She's got a fun energy to her that like no one else really has.
Yeah.
It's also just fantastic that she started off as like just nobody knows who she is management, and now she like literally learned English just so that she can talk to us.
Yeah.
Her English is good. She used some during Vegemite too, if I recall.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's improved massively, especially in the last year or two in her English because she's been studying it very thoroughly.
Yeah.
Again, like her English is really good now. So fantastic job. Everybody loves Achan because it's the same reason I think, or it ties in with the reason everybody loves Yago. It's just they have like this personality where they're just like, I'm just here to do my job. And everybody knows Achan works very hard. And does not take breaks. And at the same time, she has her own like occasional show she does where she talks about all the big events that have happened in Hololive recently. And now you can subscribe to the official Hololive channel and everyone's just like, oh, it's the Achan route. We can give money to her now.
Yeah, I remember that.
So it's everybody loves her for good reason. Somebody at one point designed an idol outfit for her, and like I'm just waiting for it. I just want it to happen. I just want that to be a thing that she shows up one day with her, like, because she has a fully rigged 2D model, and she uses it, and I just want her to show up as a fully 3D model someday, like a fully 3D idol-clad model, because that would be just the best thing for me. I think I would just have a moment there. But either way, it was Achan and Yago. Yago had a great reaction, which is great because we could see his face.
Yeah,
It was actually
he's
happening.
green screened in, and we finally saw the spoons this crazy bitch was giving folks. That's a lot of Vegemite,
It was a goodly amount of Vegemite, all right.
but I get it. Bae likes her Vegemite a lot.
I know, and it was really hilarious when they were deciding how much they wanted to eat, and Yago was just like, well, you go first, Achan. And she goes and eats like the whole thing, and then after she's done, he's like, I was really hoping you weren't going to eat the whole thing, so I didn't have to.
Yep.
Oh god. Ugh.
Good reactions all around this time. Nobody really liked it.
They both, if I recall, Achan gave it on the disgusting meter, 10 being the worst. She gave it like a 7 or
6 or
6.
7,
Yeah.
somewhere in there, yeah.
Yago said, and I quote, "If I lived in a country where people ate this every day, I would leave the country."
Strongest reaction so far.
God.
It's so good, though. So yeah, we got to see someone's actual face as they
We
reacted
saw
to
a
eating
real man.
it. Again, Yago is the only person that works there
Yeah.
from our world, so it's good that whenever he gets involved with these things, and it's great that like he agreed to do it
Yeah.
and that Achan agreed to do it. So fantastic. Other things that Bae has done recently
Oh no.
is that she is, how do I say this? A dum-dum.
Well intentioned.
Oh, fantastic. Bae's wonderful. We obviously love her. She got her mother a really cool flower that she really liked the look of
It was
for
a-
Mother's Day.
Strange, veiny flower.
Yes. And that's because it was not a flower.
I don't understand.
It was a purple cabbage. So, Bae apparently doesn't touch grass very often.
Nor
and
cabbage.
Nor a cabbage, yeah, and doesn't understand what a cabbage is. She posted a picture of this weird veiny flower that she got for her mom for Mother's Day. And everybody immediately called her out on Twitter and was like, that's a cabbage. Now, you might not know this about our local friendly neighborhood, Carlos, but he works at a greenhouse and has specific insight into this. Go ahead, Carlos.
So, first, it's not a cabbage, it's kale.
Oh,
Even better.
Second of all, there is a non-edible version of kale. I mean, it's still technically edible. It's the thing that when you go to, fancy steak places, they'll put a piece of green on the side of your plate.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this is. You're not supposed to eat it. You can
Hilarious.
eat it, but you're not supposed to. It's called flowering kale. That's literally what it is.
So
And
she wasn't a dum-dum?
She was close if she was plating up at a restaurant.
Ah, okay.
it's technically a decorative plant.
Mm.
It's not a flower,
It's not
but
a
it's a
traditional
decorative
one.
plant.
She was right to see beauty in it.
There we go.
So there you go. That's an update.
It's better than a dandelion.
I like
So there's
dandelions.
a really fun story I heard when I was a kid from somebody. Back when I was a child that went to church.
Oh,
Somebody
church.
was talking about how whenever they were a kid, it was their mother's birthday or Mother's Day, something they were getting their mom something for, a gift. And they went to the store, and they were like 4, and they saw these really cool, like, white things they'd never seen before in the grocery store. And they're like, I'm going to get my mom that for Mother's Day. And they got it for her. They took it home. They gave it to her, and their mom was like, thanks for the garlic. So I've heard of worse gifts, or just stranger gifts, I guess. Not worse, but just, weird things.
That happened to me, kind of.
Hmm?
Like, someone had planted stuff at our garden, and it grew out. It's like, it looks pretty, And my dad walks over, plucks out. It's garlic.
There you go.
Garlic has so much mystique to it.
I'm turning around on this. Respect all plants.
Yeah.
All plants are beautiful.
I'm pro-grass.
There you go.
Fauna appreciates that.
Appreciate nature, yo.
Demand of Sarah's Fauna. Yo.
I am no longer asking.
Talking about cinnamon rolls. Mel's 5th anniversary concert happened.
Mhm.
It was really cute. So there's a lot of like good music. There was a lot of good songs going on. A bunch of different folks came on, of course. There was a really cool like visual novel theme to it. It ended with a bride Mel, which was fun to see. Everyone was very happy about that. I didn't know it was happening because it was all in Japanese.
I'm sure the fans really appreciated that one.
Finally.
I did see that.
Finally.
She returned my phone call. But the thing that the Western audience really latched onto was the segment that got dubbed Hollow Blondes.
Yeah. I saw this.
Because she got Aki, Nene, Iroha, Ame, and of course Mel herself, all on stage in their idol outfits, and they sang together. And it was very cute. It was very well done. It's fantastic. Just 5 blonde bitches singing.
What do you think are the odds? She invited them individually. Didn't make a group chat, name it Blonde Chat. She just emailed each individually. And Amelia Watson's like, yeah, I'll do this. That's nice. I guess I'll have to practice my singing. All right, let's see who else in this. Are you kidding?
Dude, it does explain all of her karaoke streams.
Yeah.
She has been practicing. But
No.
Go ahead.
No, 100%. But it's just like, yes, walk in the room. It's like, I see there's something about some people you like in particular.
Oh, you're a fan. Of,
You know, like it's funny when you see patterns people are creating, consciously or no.
100%.
Hollow Blondes.
I think this was specifically targeted for Sakura Miko as well. She's well known to be a fan of blonde women.
Yeah, she caught COVID.
She's just watching Hollow Blondes on repeat in her
Yeah.
house.
One more time.
The song was Gotoban no Katachi.
I'd like to hear Carlos say it now.
Carlos?
Gotoban no Katachi.
Thank you.
All right, now I know we've talked about Hololive a lot, so we're going to keep going. No, I'm kidding. We're going to talk about Nijisanji. This time we're going to be positive, though.
Oh, I love Nijisanji.
Finally.
Yeah. We have to appear as the biggest Hololive stand in the world. And I get it. We talk positively about
Please
Hololive.
take my lunch money. I am begging you.
But it's not like we dislike the other people. I really actually like Pomu Rainpuff a lot. She's really cool.
Pomu's really fun.
Rosalie, I believe, is the other one I've watched a few clips from, and she's
Rosalie.
really cool.
Isn't she the one that's gay? Great at Yu-Gi-Oh?
Sure, I must have not seen that clip.
I think it's like the guy who does the animation, the 3D animations, did one for her.
Oh,
It's either her or another girl who has a similar name, but I've been thinking about it like all week. It's like, yeah, I'm gay. Great at Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like, yeah, finally, words
More
for me.
power to you.
Well, Finana is always one that's kind of been on my radar, just because she plays the exact same games I do.
Yeah, she's gay.
So
I was thinking of it's Rosami.
Yeah, she's
I
great at Yu-Gi-Oh.
apologize for mispronouncing, but yeah, I imagine she's great at Yu-Gi-Oh. She has that look about her. Big Yu-Gi-Oh stan.
I feel like that could go back the other way around, like as like a very impolite way for people to speculate. It's like, hey, look over there, you see that guy? He looks great at Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, dude. So wait, do you have like a favorite euphemism for homosexuality?
Yeah. Are you gay? That's a good euphemism.
I suppose so. My favorite was always specifically a reference for lesbians.
Hmm?
It was she favors the flatter shoe.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my good lord. Oh God above. Sweet Jesus. No.
That one just always cracked me. I don't know why. It's just like, what the fuck are you even on about?
They're funnier now because euphemisms are kind of out of date.
Yeah, exactly.
We used to be in the era where if you said it flat out, be like, all right, here's your taxes going up.
Yeah, like.
I mean, you still get targeted, but now you get less targeted in your immediate space.
Yeah.
You get a little more leeway unless you're in some states and some countries.
There's an old British saying. I'm just That one is one of those ones where it's like you were really reaching, buddy.
Yeah, that's funny.
Anyway, let's get back to VTubers. Fauna, Elira, and Pomu, who I've established I'm a fan of. I like Pomu. Not just because Kiara likes her.
That is how I discovered her.
Well, after
Same.
this stream, I like her a lot more now too.
So they did some karaoke together because they have a song coming out. It's their second song, right?
I believe.
Oh my
so.
god, I'm reading the set list right now from the karaoke stream. Thank you for including it.
This was not the whole. This was like half the set list.
I tuned in for Kissed a Girl. And then tuned out. They were all slightly desynced from each other. And
Slightly.
yeah, okay, they were all like a second off from each other at least.
I have no idea how they were doing this karaoke. It was on Finana's stream. She was singing her heart out. I have no idea how the other two were doing this. Apparently they were watching it somehow, and it was not synced up with live at all. So they were attempting to sing it whenever they thought it was actually playing on her stream.
They did the best they could.
I'd like to make a request, Carlos, if it's all right. This is a segment you very thankfully supplied us with. Do you mind if I read the tweet? Because you
Go
included
ahead.
an image of a tweet, and I am crying laughing. The fucking emotional whiplash of Pomu screaming her head off during Black Parade to Fanana ripping the fattest belch I've ever heard on stream to Elraya, instantly saying, "Better out than in, I always say."
And then Elira's response, quote tweeting, "This is who we are." And like,
Oh, God.
okay, we've done a significant amount of shit talking on Nijisanji. And now we get to talk about the good part of Nijisanji, which is they ain't idols, but they're streamers.
There's one part we fucking shit talk. It's the company. There's one part we fucking love. It's the people.
And that's the thing. The best thing about Nijisanji is they don't hold themselves to idol standards. They're streamers. They hold themselves to streamer standards, whatever the fuck that means, but they have fun.
The song choices from this where Hololive would never in a million years let them sing 90% of the songs that they sung. Just straight up. It would not happen. They would not be allowed. It would ruin their idol image permanently.
I don't know, because Fauna's done like her emo
Yeah,
sets
she did
and
her emo
things.
stream.
She has, yeah.
So I'm saying, but we got Skater Boy, we got Barbie Girl. Every time we touch, I feel the magic. Welcome to the Black Parade. Toxic. I kissed a girl, and then in parentheses, I liked it. Wrecking Ball. Rihanna. Rude Boy. Like
Rude Boy was a real fun one. Finana got real hardcore on that one.
Oh.
so. It is a wacky ass, goofy ass stream. Frankly, it's worth watching. Like I said, I tuned in for I Kissed a Girl, and then I was like, "That's enough," and I left because I can only deal with so much. but if you're into some wacky ass shit, here you go, buddy. It's all you.
I was very disappointed though, where the chat was spamming. They wanted them to sing Snake Eater, and apparently they're not allowed to sing that one. So
Yeah, that's a copyright thing that I wouldn't want to even tackle. Like,
it's probably very different being like, video game related. So they probably have to have a whole separate connection to get permissions for that kind of stuff.
yeah, I imagine that's very much we don't want to get sued by Konami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Konami does weird Konami things. So,
Konami will gladly block your health insurance if they don't like you.
so aside from the karaoke, was there another part of this stream, or was this a separate stream where they did a quiz show?
This was a separate stream. They took turns doing, like, each one did one stream for their anniversary. This was their 2nd year anniversary it was
gotcha.
for.
That makes a lot of sense.
So one of them was just like a chatting type. So
Okay.
I didn't watch that too much.
Is that a Zetsuban? Is that what they're called? Gotcha.
That's what we'll never call them.
Yes. Zatsus. And then we got a quiz show, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
We found out some information about each of the girls here, it seems like.
Yeah. So the quiz show that they did was based on a personal preference, which, a personal game series that they were all very connected with, which was made all the more hilarious because each series that the three of them picked, the other two knew literally nothing about.
No, Nick, I don't know what happened in that episode of Gundam.
No, Cameron, I don't know what happened in
that
that. No, Cameron, I had a stroke. No,
How'd you know that
Cameron,
was my favorite series?
I don't know what happened in that episode of Nagatoro.
How'd you know that's my favorite series? It's never Huntington's disease, though. Was a good my quiz answer because House, great anime.
Lupus.
Oh,
The joke from House
Fuck!
is it's not lupus.
Huntington's is the plot point for that one character, 13. I'm swinging back around.
You got it, baby. You got it.
That was my same time I was watching Hololive during the pandemic. It was also playing Minecraft and watching a lot of House. So I link House to Hololive in my head. That's going to be a weird dream.
Hugh Laurie's a great actor.
The issue with Gura is she's an idiot.
There you go.
She's not.
His American accent is impressive.
It's so good.
So anyway,
We changed it the hardest.
Bring
on
us back
purpose
around. Bring us
segments.
back around. Illyria's big on Xenoblade.
Hit us.
Finana talked about Star Rail, which
Honkai Star Rail.
she's big on the gacha stuff. She played Honkai Impact and Genshin, both just like me. It's why I started watching her in the first place.
Fair.
There it is. There's the connection.
But Pomu was the big surprise out of the three of them that I had the greatest joy watching. She made her whole quiz on Metal Gear.
I could enjoy that one.
Metal Gear.
I know most Metal Gear things.
It is impossible to talk about Metal Gear without it horribly devolving into some crazy, hilarious mess.
Colonel.
It's a combination of like memery, but also like some people really take Metal Gear very seriously. Did they watch a 40-minute cutscene in the middle of this? That's my question.
It's a good thing that fruit's so low, that way you can reach it.
Exactly.
But I remember one of the quiz questions that she asked.
I'm sorry,
them.
political intrigue that makes no sense.
Gundam.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Glass houses.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I had to swing back. I just couldn't think of anything in time.
We
That's the
both live in
problem.
glass houses so we can see each other better.
Metal Gear sucks. All right, go ahead.
I'm dropping Witch for Mercury.
Listen, I just had a bad experience with Metal
Yeah, it's
Gear. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. We're gonna get back to the
Carlos.
YouTubers someday.
Hit us.
So, all right, they're talking about Metal Gear. They're doing questions and answers.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they just it was ridiculous some of the questions they came up with. I think one of the most hilarious ones that she asked them was, I don't know how much you two know about the series.
Yeah, tons.
But she had at least a couple questions talking about the little Easter egg scene that you can have with Snake, where he has a relationship with a man.
Are you talking about Colonel Vogan?
Apparently there was like a shower scene, and yeah, there was a couple of scenes involving this person.
Yeah.
Sounds steamy.
Okay. If it's what I think it is, I can give it some more context. One of the biggest critiques of Metal Gear Solid 2 was the swap to Raiden, who is a more effeminate protag. Kojima, for like the first couple years of Metal Gear 2, was like, you just don't get it. You just don't get it. Metal Gear Solid 3, he goes, fine. He introduces this new character that looks just like Raiden, and this character is just getting grabbed by the biggest, buffest man on the planet. And if you wear his mask to look like him, he treats you different. Which is sounds like what she was referring to. It says a lot about Metal Gear. I don't know for sure. This scene is filled with undertones.
Those undertones sound like overtones to me.
There's a lot of characters who appear to be pretty great at Yu-Gi-Oh!
Ah, I see.
And
Wait a minute. Is this implied homosexuality?
Raiden stabs a knife through himself. No, he gets a knife stabbed through him, and then the guy licks the knife. There is some implied behaviors intended. So yeah, I want to watch this.
Probably worth checking out.
This sounds
like
fucking
it.
funny.
It was great. The whole quiz show was great, but the Metal Gear section was especially so.
Yeah, that'd be the part that'd be a treat for me.
Okay, so we have that to look forward to.
Yeah.
Cameron, report back next week.
I think there's like a 10-minute video where they like speed through a bunch of the questions.
I'll report back in 10 minutes, boss.
There you go. So the other Nijisanji talent that had some stuff going on in an interesting, weird way was Selen Tatsuki. The first Nijisanji member, by the way, to reach Predator rank in Apex.
Congratulations.
Which I actually
Omedetou.
had to look that up because I had no idea what that meant other than being good. Apparently that means you're in the top 750 players.
Good lord.
So
I knew that she was good, though. Like, she's big on V-Psycho and the other Apex tournaments. She does... I know she did a charity tournament as well. So I knew she was big on Apex. I didn't realize she was like Botan levels of good at Apex.
Yeah.
Or like Aqua levels of good at Apex.
I remember people saying that Aqua was probably about that level too.
Yeah, Aqua's fantastic at it. I say Botan just because Botan doesn't play Apex, but she is an FPS lady. And there's a lot of evidence out there for that. But I know that Botan was one of the top 800 in the world at Gundam Evolution when it came out. So it's one of those.
Was that the
things.
Gundam Overwatch game?
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
She played that game a lot. The other thing that happened with Selen this week, though,
I can't keep a straight face.
was there was a wiki prank on the I believe it was the official Nijisanji
Yeah.
or VTuber wiki, one of the two, where a fan and known editor of the wiki page replaced her picture every day with a picture of her where the neck was extended by 1 pixel. And he managed to do this for, what was it, a week or two? 2 weeks, something like that, I think? To the point where her neck was very long. Uncomfortable neck.
So long for him to get caught.
And then his plan was to go for like 15 days and then make it 1 pixel shorter every day for 15 days. So over a month, her neck would like stretch really long and then contract back down. He got caught and banned. So he's no longer allowed to make edits. He was pointed it out and explained what happened on Twitter and was like, guys, please don't do this. It was a joke. The joke is now dead. It's really funny to laugh about it. Don't go emulating it.
It's so fucking funny.
Really funny.
Apparently Pomo really enjoyed it.
Yeah, exactly.
She made a tweet out about it, laughing over it.
Completely worth it. That's one of those pranks that is exactly harmless enough that it's really funny.
Yeah.
And there's like no feeling bad about it. So, yeah, that was a cool thing that happened.
Good shit.
All right, anything else we want to touch on real quick before we jump to industry focus?
The quickest of mentions of my favorite Hololive thing, Chadcast had a new episode. It was lovely. Last episode was mostly just okay because it was mostly industry discussions. Them going like, oh man, getting ready for all this stuff was rough. All this stuff going on. Yeah, we've been so busy. 50-minute episode. See you guys later. This week was a lot better. It's back to what I like about Chadcast. They just talk about their taste in anime. They talk about bras for a concerning amount of time. They talk about pregnancy.
I saw those clips. They were good.
Yeah, it's mostly anime though. Mostly this Iris going, have you seen this? Bae goes, yeah. That for 2 hours. It's great.
Oh yeah.
It's like sitting down talking with friends. Good shit.
Fucking weebs.
I hate
Anyways,
weebs. If I saw a weeb in IRL, I'd punch him in the face.
let's let's move on to our industry focus of the week.
Bum, 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 bum.
It's Murasaki Shion. Recover quickly, Shion. She currently has COVID, as we mentioned last week. Murasaki Shion is a witch or perhaps a bulb of garlic. It's a garlicky episode this week. She has 1.12 million subscribers.
That's a lot of subscribers.
It's a goodly amount of subscribers. Her official description reads as thus. A child that randomly appears around the Underworld Academy, though she's actually an adult, or so she says. A self-proclaimed talented dark magician of noble birth, or so she says. That is the official description.
She's set up to be egotistical yet cute.
So she's Megumi.
You know? She is a Kusogaki.
Impossible.
She is smug and cheeky and known for it. She's also known for prank wars with Aqua. There's a cute little story. I don't know if I expounded upon it last week, but Aqua is very much a person who does not socially interact, and Shion decided they were friends
Yeah.
and did not leave her alone until they were actually good friends. Good move, Shion. It's good to have friends. So now she's known for pranking the ever-loving shit out of Aqua, and then Aqua pranks her back. It's really good. She also goes, nah, a lot.
Good.
Yeah, she's surprised and taken aback quite often. The other thing that's perhaps one of the reasons she's more well-known to a Western audience is that she got married to Gura.
Mhm. I remember this.
So Gura wrote her a poem, a love letter. It wasn't a poem, it was a love letter. And left it for Shion to find at her house. There's a really good fan animation, by the way, you can check out. And Shion got messaged and was like, there's like all of her chat was like, open up Minecraft, there's something there for you. So she opened up Minecraft and she found the letter and she read it and was confused because she does not speak English. And then translated it and was like, Gura, let's get married tomorrow. And then messaged Gura and told her, let's get married tomorrow. Eventually, Shion and Gura did a collaboration stream where they played Mario Kart. And
Oh, I remember that.
Gura had to do a batsu, or a punishment game, because she lost so very thoroughly to Shion. And the batsu was, Shion was like, read this off. Read this off real quick, and sent her a message, and Gura read off a marriage proposal in Japanese.
Oh.
She was all like, Kekonshi? Or something. And Shion was immediately like, okay, yeah, let's get married. And Gura was like, what?
Huh? Nani?
Again, there's a lot of great fan animations and clips out there. This is 100% worth watching. It's really funny. So, yes, Gura and Shion are now married. They're a loving couple. There's also some dirty jokes related to this in Minecraft specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much we want to get into that. I don't know how much we enjoy. Okay. I'm now uncomfortable.
I'll just know.
Nah. But there's some, I don't remember what the item is called in Minecraft, but somebody made a special item for them that was representative of their wedding night, I guess. You can read into it. There's clips out there. Don't worry. And then another interesting thing, we're going to go back to just talking about Shion for a second. It's Chloe's Oshi.
Oh.
Chloe's a huge Shion stan, and to the point where Chloe sent her a birthday message that was really creepy. Oh my god.
That sounds exactly like something she would do.
It was very creepy, and she like made a weird animation where she was like licking Shion's ear. Pero. It was really creepy and uncomfortable. But yes, Chloe likes Shion a lot.
Oh, she is a fan.
Yes. Don't act like you wouldn't do the same. God, I hope none of us would do the same. Anyway, that's a quick rundown of Shion.
Yeah.
And who she is. You guys have any interesting thoughts about Shion at all?
I feel like I've seen tons of Shion. I just don't like remember in absolute clarity. She's great for all the stuff brought forward. She really plays into the character. She is so smug it hurts.
Smug incarnate.
But even she is not immune to the glue trap.
Also, she wears like a micro skirt as her like official outfit,
Yeah.
like her original outfit, and then also has a really cool witch hat. And in Minecraft, her house also has that witch hat on it now. It's very cute.
She's one of those good ones for like bratty reactions, and she's solid. She's been around forever.
Yep.
She's still smug. She's still upset.
Still Kusogaki to the
Yeah.
core, man.
You know if that's your type. You know if that's what you're down for.
What's that? You're a Gura fan, you said. So there you go. That's Murasaki Shion. Check her out if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to our indie focus of the week. This one is all Carlos. Carlos, as we discussed last week, was given a mission.
Indeed.
He had to find an interesting new indie VTuber to talk about. And he decided that he was going to make that a more specific challenge, and that he would find a ferret VTuber,
As we discussed.
as we discussed. So tell us about who you found, Carlos.
Well, apparently Cameron already knew this
I
person far
had-
more.
I had an indie VTuber in my pocket, and I was like, I'll wait for an episode that seems like it's going to be slower. I'll throw it on. This is the one indie I have in my pocket. I opened the document, and I scroll to the bottom, and god damn it. So I guess me and Carlos will tag team it. There will be obvious moments where I can tag it and fill some gaps, but he did. This is pretty spot on.
It was just pure coincidence
Yeah.
that last week it was a ferret reference. It's like, all right, ferret VTuber, Google, first result. There it is.
Mhm.
So, is it Limalicious?
Limalicious, also known as Limu or Limu. Most
So,
folks
yeah.
just call her Lime sometimes.
Ferret VTuber.
She's a ferret.
And
Appropriate.
she's a Twitch streamer.
Mm-hmm.
Though she does have a YouTube channel where she posts like highlight videos.
Yeah, it's just exactly that. Once you stream on Twitch long enough, they try to keep you.
Yeah.
But so I believe she's a UK
Yeah.
streamer.
She's from the UK, just does not have the accent, so you're not sure, you're scared.
It's so weird that there seems to be an oddly large amount of indies specifically from the UK, and I'm not sure why.
Industry's collapsing, the whole country's in shambles.
There you go. We need to find a way to get money from Americans. VTubing.
God save the queen.
And they can all fake an English accent. Sorry, let me rephrase that. They can all fake an American accent because all of their TV is American. Except for Doctor Who, I guess.
Yeah, they watch that sometimes.
Yeah.
Nerds.
And British panel shows, which I love. Anyway, back to Limu.
But I didn't get the chance to watch her too much, just a little bit. She seemed to be a little on the unhinged side sometimes. Not all the time, but she can go there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, she was very adorable anyway.
Oh my fucking god. She can't help how fucking cute she is.
It was just the usual kind of, I don't know, watching someone cute like that and then she's playing Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It's always interesting.
We have a quote here that I will now read off
Please do.
from Limu. It's Limu's wisdom. You can only become clean if you pressure wash yourself straight up your ass. This has been Limu's wisdom.
God, that was so funny. It made me Tigger laugh.
There you go.
I was taken straight from one of her highlight videos, by the way.
Perfect.
God, she's
I
overflowing
feel like
with
that's
wisdom.
a fairly good encapsulation. She can be a little,
Yeah.
not edgy, but she's not afraid to make a joke about things.
So I'll give a little bit more history as well. This is the part where I can leap in. She used to be a normal streamer, not always a tuber. The group she's part of is more of just like a collaboration thing where a bunch of streamers got together and agreed. You may know some of them. They're actually my favorite YouTubers outside of Hololive. This is the Vine Sauce group featuring Vinny, Vine Sauce, Joel, Rev, all the other boys, and a Dire Boar who she has kind of a rivalry with, a normal human streamer. Yeah, so you'll catch her sometimes playing with these other dudes. They have a good Mario Party stream where they all spam the most suspicious Yoshi emoji ever made.
We've done that.
It's great.
Been there, done that. It's fun.
In general, her energy is like, she's just funny in general. I know that's such a weird way to put it, but she reminds me of so many other VTubers, but with like her own mannerisms. It's like she's her own person or something.
Wow. Naturally charismatic.
Yeah, it's like, don't go into her of the VTuber mindset. She's just more of a Twitch streamer who is using a VTuber model because she thinks it's cute and fun. And she's into it. Like, she is a VTuber, but she's not part of a VTuber group.
So
she really is indie.
The thing about this is, I mentioned, strangely, indies from the UK. She reminds me of another indie that's also from the UK that I've watched a few times that I'll maybe get to in the future.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. We got another indie.
That's good. I'm going to tell you which VTuber you're going to talk about next week, though.
Yeah.
Where I'm giving you a mission. And next week, Carlos is going. You're going to.
Oh, you're fucking announcing it.
I'm going to go ahead and tell everyone right now that the indie VTuber I want you to cover next week for us is an airplane.
Oh no!
And that's all I'm going to say for now.
Please. Have mercy.
If you don't do it, I will. It's fine. But I really want to talk about the airplane. So we're going to do that next week. Is there anything else we want to talk about this week, though, for our indie focus? Or are we content with Limu as she is? What do you think?
I feel like that's the main thing. Oh, clips she's known for. She had a short that went viral about her being confronted with Warhammer lore and not understanding it.
How could you not understand Warhammer?
I was happy to see that one go viral and she get a lot more attention from it. I'm rooting very hard for her.
I looked at her channel the other day, actually, because I did the same thing that Carlos did, and I Googled ferret VTuber. She had like 30,000 subs or something.
Oh, yeah, like she's good. She's going strong, but I want to see her do better.
Yeah.
She deserves better.
Be good, too. All right, let's move on to birthdays.
Yeah.
There's one big one we need to talk about. Mm-hmm. Potentially the biggest one. Toki no Sora.
When's this birthday?
Your favorite VTuber's favorite VTuber.
It's the 15th.
It's the 15th.
It's the 15th.
So, one thing I want to mention real quick, shout out, is there was a stream just recently. So we're a day late.
Yeah.
Basically, as of recording this. And it has been Sora's birthday. Happy birthday, Sora.
She's been doing a lot for her birthday, actually.
Yes. She had a really good collaboration stream. It was Sora, A-chan, Ollie, Bae, I feel like I'm missing someone, and Ina. And it was great because Ina overslept and showed up like a little bit into the stream and was immediately like, I'm so sorry. In general, though, it was a really fun stream. They made a giant birthday cake for Sora, which was really good. They spent a lot of time. I think it was like a 4-hour stream. And in general, it was just a really fun thing to watch. It is also the stream where Ina fell out of the sky. Suisei was coincidentally streaming Minecraft at the same time. And Ina was flying around at one point looking for an ender chest, spotted one, and landed almost directly on top of Suisei and scared the ever-loving hell out of her. So it was just a good stream altogether. Iofi was the other person in the stream that I forgot to mention. I apologize for that. But yeah, she also did a stream with Ozki as a birthday countdown. There's a bunch of really good stuff, and then she went straight back to playing Tears of the Kingdom. So Sora's been doing a lot of cool stuff. Do we have any other cool birthdays right now?
Mine's still a little ways out. I'll let you guys know.
Sounds good. Let me take a look real quick. We're going to see live on stream. Except we're not on stream. Live on video. If there's anybody else that seems really cool, like Gavis Battle on May 17th. Happy birthday.
Gavis.
Sakamari Chloe on May 18th. Happy birthday.
Ooh.
Oh.
There's another big one right there.
Yeah, holy shit.
And then I think that's... Oh, wait. Nino Mai Ina niece on May 20th. Happy birthday, Ina. Big Ina stands around here.
This was almost a fucking disaster.
I know, right?
I would not sleep well knowing his birthday went uncelebrated.
And then, of course, we've got Roboko-san on May 23rd. Roboko-san, happy birthday.
Happy
I
birthday.
think we fucking check live on air. Holy shit.
So, happy birthday to all of the VTubers out there. If it is your birthday and we missed it, then we're sorry. Let us know down below. Mm-hmm. I almost just missed Nabi's birthday. Nabi Mama, who is the mama of Ame and Uto, who graduated recently. Happy birthday to you as well. On May 24th, guess what? We share a birthday. That's pretty cool. Me and Nabi.
Nick.
What?
It's your birthday?
Not yet.
Oh.
But it will be next week.
Nick, happy birthday!
Yay! It's about me now.
When's your birthday, Carlos?
The 25th.
Carlos, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Carlos! Can you imagine not being born in May? What kind of fucking losers?
My mother should have let me on a little sooner.
Of course.
4th.
I was gonna say next month we get to celebrate Cameron, but right now it's about me and Carlos.
You guys are more sexually active than me.
Listen, sometimes you're not invited, and that's okay.
I think it's bullshit.
All right, we've obviously gone off the rails at this point.
Yeah, we
Hey,
need to have a private conversation.
it's not that we don't like you.
Yeah.
There's just some things that, anyway. All right. Point being, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hopefully enjoying this podcast. If you did enjoy it, a subscription goes a long way on YouTube, and we would really love it. It would help us out a ton. Comments down below. If you thought we were great, leave us an emoji. If you thought we sucked, leave us a message.
Be constructive with your feedback.
Yeah, exactly. If you're watching, or sorry, if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, go ahead and drop us a 5-star review if you wouldn't be so kind. We'd love that. It would help us out a ton. We are fighting the algorithm tooth and nail, and we'd like to talk to more disgusting weebs like you out there.
100 for fucking percent. Please assist us. I'd like to do a special shout out to our special guest, Mr. Squeaks. Thank you for coming on.
Squeaks in Australian.
Sorry we didn't have any tea prepared for you or nor Shakespeare. We'll be more prepared next time.
Yep. So yeah, and of course, just let us know if there's anything we can do to improve, be a little better. Should we be more strict to the notes and just talk about what we're talking about? Should we be a little dumber and just talk about whatever comes to mind?
Should I be a more attentive father for my children? Leave a comment down below.
That's not going to happen. I don't talk to them. So, all right. Thank you for stopping by. We super appreciate it no matter what you do. Have a great week. We'll see you next time.
See ya.